Welcome to another episode of Jewfish. Dave here. Let's get some. I'm out live baiting in the Hunter River. Again, I don't know whether you guys are getting sick of my episodes with me live baiting in the river, but I truly do love this style of fishing, like live baiting in the river. However, my mission today is, what I'm going to do today is, I'm out early in the day and there's stacks of live bait outside, stacks of yellowtail. Heaps of bait here today, heaps of bait. Heaps of bait here today too, big baits, booyah! I got two on the deck, and while I'm sorting them out, I'm just going to drop me bait. You go over about 15 foot down, and you can see my rod, you know, it's just loaded up, so yeah, you're catching liveys, you're dropping them on the deck, you're putting them in the tank, dropping your rod over 15 foot down. Yeah, there's that much bait out here today, it's just ridiculous. Sometimes you get lucky on your bait, you don't get it real quick. Yeah, that's straight out of the rod holder. So what I've done, I've filled my live bait tank up and I'm fishing the run out tide. Low tide's probably about 4:30 today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spot hop today. I'm going to fish in about 4 to 5 different locations and see if I can catch dew in each individual location. And I'm going to start low on the river. I'm going to fish down here. The tide's running out really hard. The wind's from the southeast at about 10 to 12 knots, so it's really nice, really. Water's really quite discoloured, which I really like when I'm dew fishing, particularly in the daytime, because when the water's really dirty in the daytime, you can catch a lot of jewfish. It just seems to give them the cover that they need. Sometimes when the water's really, really clear in the river, and it really clears up, you're better off fishing in the dark, because they're using the dark to hunt. So yeah, that's the rules that I follow. If it's dirty in the day, the water's dirty, I'll come out and see if I can crack some dew in the day. If it's really, really super clear, what I'll do is I'll fish in the night, and sometimes what will happen is the dew will work their way up the river when it's really clear. And I know at the moment that the dew have worked their way off the beach and they're in the river, and they're actually working their way back up the river, and they're all the way up the river in the Hunter River, all the way up, right up through Tomigo, right up through Hexham, and right up halfway to the terrace, and the dew have worked their way up the river. So I'm going to work my way up the river tonight. I might even fish as far as the Hexham Bridge, because I've never actually live baited for jewfish on the Hexham Bridge. It's right near where I live. I've lure fished it there over the years, caught dew there, lots of flathead and bream and that kind of thing like that, but actually never anchored the boat and live baited. So I think my mission tonight is work my way eventually up and fish towards the top of the tide on the Hexham Bridge. But I'll fish in between in different spots that I know as I work my way up the river. The tide's running pretty hard here today, so I've only got 2 rods out at the moment. So I'm trialling my Paternoster rig. I've got a yellowtail out on that, and I've got the traditional rig I use. So I've got a big yellowtail bridle rigged on a circle hook on this one here. So I'm only going to fish here for about, I'm only going to fish here for about 45 minutes. I'm going to have a look at my watch. It's probably just after 3. I'm going to fish here for about 45 minutes, and then I'm going to pull anchor, then I'm going to run up to the bridge, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish the last hour of the run out there and the turn of the tide. Then I'm going to push it a little bit further and fish another spot as the tide turns, and then I'm going to start punching my way up the river. And hopefully I'll get about 5 spots in this episode, and if I could catch a dew in each spot, that would be epic. Anyway, come on a dew fishing adventure with me in the Hunter River. Let's get some. something having a crack at this bait here. It's a fairly big yellowtail, that one. Not sure whether that was an eel or... Oh, thought I was on then. Come on. What's going on? It's something. We got a flathead. Crack me drag off a bit. It's a big flatty. Come in. Yeah, sometimes when I'm out dewing, I'll catch a really big flathead. Just wind them slow to the boat, and I'll keep the rod tip down really low, just in case it's a big dog flathead, and just to keep his head in the water. So what do we got? Without a doubt, a big dog flathead. Let's not panic. Oh! Oh! Oh, got him! Oh no! Lucky I'm on a goddamn circle hook. Oh, look at that hook. That circle hook just popped out when it hit the deck, man. Oh, made that big flatty on that tide running out. He hit the net and he bounced out of it. Oh, managed to get him in. I reckon that'd be 80 plus. Yeah, nice flathead, man, 85. All right. Right, so that's a beautiful fish at like 85 centimeters. Oh yeah, so that's a nice fish for the first spot I'm going to fish today. Like, as I said, I'm going to try to fish 5 spots, but yeah, getting an 85 centimeter flatty, that's really good. So I'm going to I'll get it back on a big live yellowtail. All right. So yeah, beautiful fish, light coloured flathead, caught, you know, like early afternoon, big solid head. Off she goes. Oh, something on the paternoster rig. A brim. Oh wow, cheeky little brim on a 6.0 J hook. Okay, I'm in the second location, up on the bridge here. Gonna fish till the bottom of the tide, which is around about 4:30. So I've got 3 rods out here. Anyway, see what happens. Hope to sting a Jew or 2 here. And I'm gonna move a little bit higher up the river and see what happens. Come on, Yui. Send me a big dog. Well, I'm in my 4th spot for today, Jew fishing, and I haven't caught a Jewfish yet. So yeah, this is a really deep spot of the river, up the river here, but I've never ever live baited here. I've done plenty of lure fishing over the years, like chasing brim and chasing flathead, and yeah, like jewing through here on lures and that. It's always been pretty good, but the bottom's really undulating here. Like it's a really trippy bottom. Tide runs really hard here at times. So I was a bit concerned that I might actually hook my gear up on the bottom, putting big sinkers down on the bottom. But anyway, I'll see what happens. It's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, really late afternoon. I think it was about 4:15 was low tide at the heads, and it still looks like it's running out just a little bit here. So there's a really big delay in the tide as you move further and further up the river. But it's quite nice here. It's out of the wind a little bit. So anyway, I'll persevere here for about an hour and a half. And if I don't go any good, I'll push on further up the river. But I've had a disaster in the boat today. My live bait tank has just stopped working. Like every time I turn it on, like it's going there at the moment, but it'll go for 10 seconds and just short out. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I've already bucketed in about 100 buckets of water into my live bait tank, so I'll just keep doing that and see if I can keep them alive, keep myself fit. No, I'm going to have to abort my mission going right up the river today. It's just such a pain, you know, like trying to keep your live baits alive, you know, like having a bucket water in, because I've got a lot of live baits in my live bait tank, and it's not working, so I've actually had to split some out and put them into a bucket and try to keep them alive. But I'm going to head back down the river and maybe go back down the bridge and fish the running tide there, see what happens. Fish. First Jew for the session, man. Little fella, 66. Got that circle look way down. Anyway, let's see if he'll revive. What? It's fish. Smaller fish, feisty little one, but got that yellowtail back. Yeah, legal fish, 77 centimetre fish, but I've been working hard for that fish, man, you know, like, but that fish, he slammed me really hard. I think I've got one yellowtail left, so let's see if I can get one more before I pull the pin. Go back to your mum. All right, that's a wrap for Ozfish. Bad enough, I'm going home. It was kind of a unusual session. The high point of the session was an 85 centimetre flathead early in the day, so that was really good. And then jagged a brim on a 6.0 J hook, and mucked around up the river a little bit. But the down point of this episode was really that my bilge pump and my live bait tank just blew up and just weren't working, just shorted out. So I lost half my live baits. But anyway, I came back to the bridge and I just persevered, and I caught a small fish about 65, and then I got a legal fish at 77 centimetres. And I had 4 rods out when the tide was running really hard, and I did hit a better fish, probably a metre, maybe a little bit over a metre, and he wrapped me around the other 2 lines and got him pretty close to the boat, but must have dislodged that circle hook, so that was a bummer. But anyway, this is Dave signing off until next time. Remember, let's get some.